Hey, and welcome to my channel about living in and moving to Denver, Colorado. A very highly sought out video. How much does it cost to live in Denver, Colorado? Let's get started. Hey, I'm Katie Martineau, also known as the Real Estate Gal. If this is your first time watching this channel, thank you so much. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified every time I release a video, which is twice a week. And as mentioned, my nickname is Katie the Real Estate Gal. I am a licensed real estate agent in this state, so if you need help with buying, selling, or anything in between, I'm your gal and would love to help you. Please reach out with my contact information below. Call, text, or email, whatever is best for you. Now, in this video about the cost of living in Denver, Colorado, we're gonna be covering a ton of information, and it is all subjective to specific locations. A lot of this information is averages, and it can always be manipulated in different ways, whether it includes this, excludes that, depending on location and where you're living, where you're looking, the statistics can be a little bit different. So if you have a specific neighborhood or zip code that you're looking at, please reach out to me directly and I'm happy to help and provide more information in those regards. So the topics we're gonna be covering is real estate, owning or renting, utilities, food and booze, just kidding, food and budget, transportation, healthcare, and taxes. So Colorado has been voted best places to live in the United States, and with the influx of people that are moving here, you're gonna have higher costs of things as well. So between 2010 and 2020, there was an increase of 14.8%. So that makes 5.8 million people that live in Colorado. The growth rate has been pretty steady at 1.8% growth rate every year. And depending on your lifestyle, Colorado has so many different areas for you to check out. So if you wanna be near the mountains, the Front Range is a really great area for you to check out. There's always gonna be a give and a take. So if you wanna live in kind of Denver metro area, there's going to be traffic and people. You're not gonna get these huge yards. If you wanna be in the mountains, you actually might be subject to a ton of people as well. I have some friends that live in Evergreen and the roads are super duper narrow and the houses are almost stacked on top of each other because Evergreen is on the side of the mountain. So you are in a small mountain town, but you're pretty close to your neighbors. There are other places in the mountains where you are literally off the grid. Like some of the areas can't even get wireless internet, or they struggle with different utilities and getting access to those. So depending on your lifestyle, if the mountain town is right for you or Denver Metro, there's pros and cons with each one. There are also people that will relocate to the Eastern Plains, and there are towns that'll take you 45 minutes to get to a more populous city. Some really popular areas are Kiowa and Elizabeth, where you can have so many acres of land and you're far removed from people. You're definitely gonna get more bang for your buck in that area. So Colorado really has a variety of different locations to check out. Specifically focusing for the average of the Denver metro area, not going into those small mountain towns or out in those plains where there's gonna be acres and acres and acres, the average 1-bedroom apartment rent for the Denver metro area is roughly $1,300 to $1,700 depending on location. So if you're looking for somewhere in Aurora versus somewhere in the Highlands, there's definitely gonna be a huge swing based off of price. If you're looking for a single family home, you can probably expect an average of about $2,500 a month for rent. And the numbers can be skewed as well if you're looking at purchasing a home. $580,000 is an average price point per home, and that could be an attached style homes where you're attached to another home, maybe a townhome or a duplex, and detached style. So you can dive further into those numbers if you want to reach out for a specific neighborhood. I'm happy to give those statistics for you. I think a better way of saying it is there's a range between $580,000 to $630,000 depending on the style of home and location. Moving on to food and budget. Colorado is one of the healthiest states and it has a really low obesity rate. There are so many things to do in Colorado that are outdoors. We have 300 days of sun and people are always itching to get outdoors. Sometimes I'll be walking around Monday to Friday and I'm just surprised at how many people aren't at work, or maybe they are at work but don't have that typical 9-to-5 job. There's a huge variety of different types of careers that you can be in now and not have to be in an office. And of course, working from home is super popular as well. So with all of the activity, there is a healthier lifestyle that Colorado is known for as well. So some of the health food stores that you can find around town are Whole Foods, there's Natural Grocers. One of my favorites is Sprouts. They have a huge supplement department, healthy foods, also the accessibility to Instagram, TikTok, and those short form social media platforms that are having different types of recipes that are including healthy ingredients. I am amazed at how many people shop at Whole Foods versus something like a King Soopers, Safeway, or a Target for their groceries. If you have a favorite health food store, please comment below. I would love to check it out, as one of my new hobbies is trying different bakes and recipes that are macro-friendly. As mentioned, a ton of people love the outdoors and a healthy lifestyle. I'm currently training for a fitness show and I'm trying to work in some fun foods and recipes to my diet. Colorado also offers outdoor hunting, such as archery and guns, where you can go deer hunting, elk hunting, all sorts of different kinds of animals. So the average cost of food per month is about $300 per person, $630 per couple, or $1,200 for a family. Moving on to transportation, I have some tips for transportation in this little segment. So the average cost for transportation specifically per month is about $650 a month if you own your own car. So that's going to include maintenance, repairs, gas, and tollways. So there's a couple tips with maintenance that I want to recommend. Glass coverage is highly recommended in the state of Colorado. We get a ton of cracked windshields based off of all of the rock that are on the roads that get kicked up by big trucks or just cars on the highway. I've been out here for about 5.5 years. I moved from Minnesota and I have had 2 cracked windshields. There's some people that have the worst luck and they get a cracked windshield every single year. My deductible is $50 and so I can pay $50, get the windshield replaced, and it essentially pays for itself. Now, if you have an older vehicle, maybe it makes more sense to pay as you go if you do get a cracked windshield. But if you have a heated windshield or there's electronics in the windshield, I'd probably recommend glass coverage or talking to your insurance company about that. In terms of tollways, E470 is going to be the most popular tollway. Unless you go to the mountains every single weekend, they do have an express lane and you can get a little pass for E470 or for the express lane where the scanners will actually scan the little barcode sticker and it'll automatically pull from either your credit card or whatever money you have in that little pot. And it is a lesser price if you do that versus if they scan your license plate and then send you a bill in the mail. So that is one way to save money. If you have a company where you have to drive on a tollway to get to work, they might even provide that pass for you, which is even better. Now, in terms of transportation, such as light rail and the RTD buses, the light rail system is expanding, which is awesome. We have a light rail system that goes from Union Station, which is a really central downtown location, all the way to the airport. It can go up to Boulder, it can go down to Lone Tree, and they're ever expanding that system. And I'm most certain that it was just passed that there is a super fast system that's going to be going all the way down to Pueblo, and it's even faster than a light rail system. So that is in the works right now. Now, in terms of the RTD bus system, I lived in Seattle for 2.5 years and they had a stellar program where you could literally see where the bus was going on the app. Now in Denver, the bus system isn't as great or as developed, but there are bus systems that are improving. I felt like when I tried to ride the bus system before I had my car in Colorado, it was a little bit of a struggle and I had to do multiple stops, or rather bus changes on the route that I was going. So maybe it was just an uncommon route, but I feel like there is room for improvement in the RTD bus system. Normally it's just faster and quicker and somewhat affordable to take Ubers and Lyfts, or if you're going a shorter distance, those electronic scooters and bikes are really popular as well. As mentioned, Colorado is a super outdoorsy state. There is a bike to work day, which is super fun because you can bike to work to downtown Denver, and they'll have booths set up where you can grab a burrito. They make it a whole news event, and it's to promote exercising and getting in the great outdoors for Colorado. In terms of healthcare, rates are set by the federal government, and it can fluctuate based off of premiums as well if you're an individual or if you're a family, but the average cost is $360 a month for healthcare in Colorado. Last but not least, the most fun, taxes. Colorado does have income tax, sales tax, and property tax. And it does depend on where exactly you're located, but in the Denver metro area, the max sales tax that you should see is 8.3% total. Now, if you move to a small mountain town, they can get up to 10%, so just something to be aware of. The Colorado flat state tax is 4.5%. Our sales tax has a base rate of 2.9%, and individual cities can add in their own tax as well. I'm happy to say that we do have some of the lowest residential property tax, and how they can keep them so low is that the taxes stay within the county, and that average rate is about 0.49% property tax. So to wrap things up, Colorado is a more expensive state than probably the other state that you're considering. So this video is to get you prepared in what to expect. You can probably expect about $2,000 monthly for an individual to live in the state of Colorado. Or if you're looking for a family of 4, it's probably about $4,700 a month to live in the state of Colorado. If you feel like Colorado is a great state for you, please reach out to me with my contact information below. I'd love to help you and direct you in what areas might be the best place for you to move if you're moving from out of state, or if you already live in Colorado. You probably know most of this information. Regardless, please reach out with my contact information below. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified every time I release a video, which is twice a week, please do so. Now in my next video, I'm going to be covering the least expensive places to live in Denver Metro, so stay tuned. We'll see you then.